Taking your calls right now, 800-636-1067. What's the Commanders player or coach or mascot? I don't know, whatever you think. What are you most confident in this season? What do you believe in? What do you not feel so great about? B, you want to kick it off or you want me to kick it off?
You kick it off.
Okay. I think there's a reason he is the first player that they gave a big extension to. This is the first internal decision to reward somebody. They made some internal decisions to cut people or to turn down options or to trade people, right? Like, they made some internal decisions.
Mm-hmm.
But the first internal decision that Adam Peters has made was to give Cosmi a contract extension.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good for Cosmi because he's now got $45 million guaranteed in his bank account. And it's good for Washington because now they get a guard that within 2 years will be paid below market. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it works. And you build continuity. He's a good team guy. I think of all the things, I like John and Duran. I look at that, have some questions. I like Bobby Wagner a lot to answer this question. I think Terry McLaurin would make a lot of sense to answer this question. 4 straight 1,000-yard seasons. But I'm going to go a little different here. I'm going to go with Cosmi based on what Adam Peters is showing us, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get too specific because I feel like a lot of people pile on here. What I'm least confident in are the outside corners. Maybe they will be way better. I hope I am proven wrong because Witt and Quinn have a really impressive track record and history of getting corners to play their best, but I'm going to need to see that before I believe it. So there you have it. Cosmi and the outside corners.
I'll go with Terry. Okay. Listen, I think ultimately offensive line, defensive line, they have like a thankless job for the most part. If they play well, you don't really know it because it's like everybody look at the skill positions. So I'll go with Terry because he's played with underwhelming quarterbacks and he always produced. You know, I believe with a better quarterback, he's going to be able to take a step and do the things that the people that don't understand what good football is think he needs to do. My least, the least confidence, I'll go with the cornerbacks as well, but I'm going to need to have more from the pass rush and not just outside, interior as well. So that is affected because we don't have that up front. So it's a combination where I think overall I'm going to have the pass rush get better so the cornerbacks can be better. So when we say
pass rush there,
when we say we lacking the corners, we don't trust in the corners, we're probably thinking that the pass rush won't be good. So I'm going to need more pass rush. So I haven't seen it at the level we need to have it. So I'm going to go with that right now.
I like that. I mean, B, I read this. We read this yesterday on the show, I think. Farrell and Armstrong combined for 11 sacks last year.
Mm-hmm.
That's your starting 2 DNs.
Yeah.
You know what I like?
See, Armstrong didn't play like 100 most of the plays either. So, I mean, the thing about it is I don't believe that we want to, like, just like the coach said, we care about what the guys do good. I don't care to talk about everything that they may have not done good last year. I care to talk about what we think they're going to do better. And I think the coaching, if we talk about players, so I'm going to tell you, what my most confidence in is the coaching in the damn front office. They seem to be doing the right things. You know what I mean? And getting people right and doing the right thing. I think to compare them to that crap we had last year, nah, that's unfair to them. I think they're better coached already.
I mean, the staff, if you just compare the experience level of the staffs, it's night and day. I mean, it's dramatically different. I think that's fair. I wish you would you pulled your move that you do for Heard It Here first, where you're not going to parlay, bang, I'm parlaying. I already tweeted that you were most confident in Terry McLaurin. So I hope that's okay.
I'm cool with that.
All right. Jeffrey.
My most confident, I gotta go with Terry too. He's the only one proven to be consistent each year. And I'm worried about I want to say the pass rush, but I'm also worried about the cornerbacks. Um, yeah.
And they do go hand in hand, to B's point.
Yeah, they do, but we've seen plenty of times last year, and I know we can't keep basing everything off last year because it's a new team, but we seen the pass rush get there sometimes, and we also seen some blown coverages, some bad blown coverages. So hopefully it's better, but that's the weakest link until proven otherwise to me.
Okay. Landini?
I'm going to say that the player that I have the most confidence in is Bobby Wagner. I think he's something like an 8-time All-Pro.
Yeah.
I trust that guy to.
He made the 2010s Hall of Fame team.
Yeah, I trust that guy to handle what he needs to handle. And the guy that I actually have the least confidence in is the kicker, Cade York.
Really?
Kicking's been a bit of a disaster here for the last couple of years, and although I think this is the situation is better than it was a month ago, this was still a guy that another team looked at and said we can do without him. So I'm not. That doesn't inspire confidence in me.
Now, in the kicker's defense, he was on. It's not like he was on the street. He was on a team that
Wasn't
had
this
another
guy
kicker,
like a 4th-round pick relatively recently. That
4th-round pick in 22.
Yeah, that's not good. This is like his 3rd team. I don't love that.
Yeah, I mean, kicking is I honestly think depending how it goes with this I actually got to talk to him yesterday, which was pretty fun. It was the first time I really chatted with him, and I've said the stat so many times how blown away I am by that 2019 LSU offense. That he kicked 93 extra points in a year, which is just beyond bananas. I don't know. He seems cool. Seems like a good mindset. We'll see how it goes. I just I'm not as unconfident in the kicker, but that's a fair spot to have some worry. Let's go to these phone lines. We got our guy Jupe on the line, ready to kick us off. Jupe, who you most confident in? Who you least confident in?
JP, BMitch, what's going on, fellas?
What up, brother?
Hey, not too much. I'm going to do like you, JP. I'm going to try to go outside the box. I'm most confident in B-Rob and Eckler. I feel like them two is going to feed off of each other with a rival with Anthony Glenn. And if Jaden propels the pass game, like those two could have a big year this year. And Landfill kind of stole my thunder as far as my least confidence in the kicker. Don't really know too much about the guy. So I'm not too sure about him, but of course I'm gonna keep an open mind and just watch him throughout the season. That's all I got for you guys.
All right, brother.
Okay, that's fair, man. If we're not feeling great about the kicker, I understand it. Definitely some questions there. They just brought him in.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about this kicker? I
mean, I'm saw him do enough to be down on him yet. Look, they made a trade for him. So I feel that I'm going to have to let him go through the first game before I start making a decision on him.
I agree. And, like, you got to at least let this kid play a little. They traded for him. I understand it's a conditional 7th. A conditional 7th is not a big price tag, but I do think there is reason to be okay with him. All right, let's take one more call on this. James in Fredericksburg. Jimmy, who are you most confident in? Who are you least confident in?
Hey, guys, I love the show.
Thank you.
I never knew how bad this organization was. I mean, really bad over the last 20 years until we finally had some structure. Unbelievable the way from owner to general manager to coach on down that we finally have structure. I'm so excited, and that's my positive. Here's my negative. My negative's going to be to some of these Commanders fans that aren't going to realize that this is a process. If we start losing a couple games in a row, this is a process. Please be patient with these guys. We are going in the right direction. That being said, we're going to go 8-9 this season, and I think that's going to be a very successful first campaign for Dan Quinn and the boys.
Thank you, man. Good call.
Thanks for the call, bud. Great call. I just got a submission via text message from one Chris Kerwin. For most confident, B, that honestly, this might be on us. This might be a hole in our decision making. Tressway.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna give you the punter. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to talk about the punter or the kicker at this point because those guys come in and do things that I mean, they got one of those jobs where when they make a mistake or do good, you know it immediately.
Right.
But if they're perfect all year and the people that we're talking about aren't, we're not going to win many games.
Sure.
So we need the other people to do something well. But look, Tresh is number one. Tresh has been the MVP for the last how many years?
That's trouble.
He's number one. So that's why I didn't say anything about Tresh.
When your punter is the MVP, you got trouble. It's as simple as that. Period.